door, and my jacket is a mess. But I'm going to take this off, and I just felt, do you know what? I ain't giving you a motivational boost for a little while. So, I'm going to come on here with a terrifically messy top, and give you some empowerment tips. So today's video is all about self-improvement. Who feels like you need a bit of self-improvement? This is not coming off. My jacket needs self-improvement. That's who needs self-improvement, my jacket. Do you need self-improvement, and what do you do? Let's start off by saying, sorry, I'm not actually checking my watch and get rid of my notifications. What do you do to improve your life? What kind of things do you do? Today, I want to talk to you about a few notes that I've made. And, hold on. My first one on the list on how to improve your journey of self-improvement is, say hello to us in the chat, by the way, won't you? Daily gratitude. Are you grateful? Are you grateful that you woke up this morning? You know, I practice a little routine of when I'm taking my little girls to school, we'll always say a little prayer. We thank God just for a brand new day. You know, I think it's really important actually to just be grateful that we're alive. You know, I mean, you might not be having the best day in the world, but it's a day, isn't it? Not everybody this morning woke up. Let's be real. And that's pretty sobering when you think about that. But you did, all right? And you're watching this video, I'm assuming, either because you really like me or you want to improve your life. So are you grateful? Are you grateful to be here? Are you grateful to be in this world? Are you grateful that you've got a family, you've got loved ones around you, that you've got technology to watch this on? Are you grateful for just having internet or a house to be in, to be able to watch it? If we start getting really grateful on small little things like that, you'll be amazed how much your life will improve. I'm going to turn off my notifications because these are winding me up. But at the same time, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that people want to contact me. So, what are you grateful for? Let me know in the chat. What are you grateful for? What are you thanking God for today? I advise you to start writing down what you're grateful for each morning. Get really into the habit, or if you're in a bit of a rush, maybe write it down in the afternoon or at night. But at some point during the day, really get serious on what you're grateful for. And I'll tell you what, you'd be amazed when you start counting your blessings. Your mind just like starts seeing the positive side of life. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like trying to find a needle or something, yeah, or a pin or whatever? If you're looking around, staple, paperclip, you start seeing them everywhere. Yeah, I've had it before. I'm looking for one, your mind starts seeing them everywhere because your mind's just drawn to it. Then what happens is, if you get grateful about small little things in life, you start appreciating the big things in life, and you start appreciating other little things in life. Before you know it, you're a grateful person, you're happy. And so being grateful, that is what you want to do. First thing to build your self-improvement journey, whatever you want to word as. Set goals is my next one. Define clear, achievable goals to work towards. What are you aiming for? Think about it. Talk about writing things down. Write down what you're grateful for, but also write down what you want to aim to achieve. And be realistic, yeah? If you're going to be too wild, say, oh, by the end of the week I want to be a millionaire, unless you're nearly there, you're probably not going to get there. Really be grateful. Really be realistic about what you want to achieve, and know your rough time limit. Because if you aim to become a millionaire by the end of the week and you're not there, your self-confidence level, self-improvement level, it's going to be way down. Morning routine, right? Establish a positive morning routine to set the tone for the day. What are you doing in the morning? Terrible thing to do is to wake up and rush. And I've got to be honest, that happens to me quite often, but I'm trying really hard to get into a good bedtime routine so that I wake up early, all right? Then I've got time in the morning. If you can set yourself a good foundation of having good breakfast, nice healthy drink, good coffee, talking of which, good coffee, if you like that sort of thing. I have time to thank God for what's going right in your life, things are going to change. I'll tell you what, things are going to change. Learn something new. Challenge yourself to learn a new skill or hobby. What do you want to do? Do you want to learn French? Maybe English, if you don't speak English. Do you want to learn to make amazing coffee? What about learning to keep fit? Well, not just learning, but actually practicing keeping fit, like doing some workouts or something. What a great way to start the day. What a great way to keep fit and healthy, Just think about what you want to improve on today. This is all about self-improvement. And if you're watching, leave a comment. Tell me where you're coming from. Physical exercise. I just said that one, didn't I? Incorporate regular exercise into your routine for better health. Don't just do a little bit here and there. Don't just do it on the odd little once a week or something. No, right? If you get up from your desk every now and then, jog on the spot, a few press-ups, lifting them weights, your mood is going to improve, your confidence is going to improve, and you're building resistance. You're telling your body, and you're telling your mind, actually, I should say, that you're prepared to put up with hardship to get somewhere. You will feel so much better. Exercise is basically the way we're meant to live. Yeah, we weren't designed to be sat down in a house all day long. I'm just about to go out for a bike ride actually shortly, so taking my own wisdom there. You need to get good exercise, all right? Healthy eating, right? Practice healthy eating, yeah, and not just healthy eating, but appreciating your food. If you rush, don't appreciate it. You don't digest it properly. Take your time. Work out a good healthy portion. I tend to find a good way to do it is don't just guess how much you're going to eat. Hello, Daniel, by the way. How you doing? I tend to get a bowl and then I work out. Hold on, let me show you. I work out how much I'm realistically going to eat. So, like that. I put food on a plate before I cook it. And I find this is the best way to measure how much you should be eating. And you'd be surprised. You soon met your quota. So, that's the way I do it anyway. But, yeah. And when you've done that, really appreciate what you're eating. Yeah? Just really take time to just savour the food and your drink and all that. It's just about getting grateful, isn't it? Read regularly. Make time for reading books that inspire and educate you. And if you can't be bothered to read, like me, listen to a podcast. Yeah, there are some good podcasts. Right. There's some really good motivational podcasts. Actually, a bit of self-promotion. Our YouTube channel is all about self-motivation, inspiration and all that. So, hint, hint, go and watch that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Right, go and check it out. But really get into listening or reading something that's going to keep you inspired and educated, journaling, write in your journal, reflect on your thoughts and experiences. Like I was saying earlier about writing down what you're grateful for, why don't you also write down what's on your mind? Problem shared, problem halved. But actually sharing it with yourself, getting it off your mind, it's becoming honest with yourself. I think a lot of the times we can create issues for ourselves because we're dwelling on them, but we don't want to admit them. And it's all going on in your head. It's like sort of building away deep down, but you're not actually allowing yourself to know what it is, if that makes sense. It's just kind of bubbling away. So when you've got things on your mind, write it down. Yeah, get it out. Or talk to the camera. That's another good one. Does help some people. Whether or not you want to put that live publicly or what, you can actually just speak to the camera just as if it was you talking to someone. That's a really good way to get your thoughts off your mind. But whatever's dwelling on your mind, get it out there. Write it down, film it, record it, audio it, whatever. Even tell a friend. No, that's a good one. Limit screen time. My iPad has been having right odd issues lately, so I have barely been able to work this week. And I must admit, it's been quite refreshing. My keyboard doesn't work, put it that way. So I can use the iPad, but not the keyboard. Getting a new one. Anyway, long story short, I feel better for it. And I think in a way, when you come away from screen time, you realise what you're doing to spend your time. Most of my time is productive work. But I think coming away from it can actually make you realise and assess what it is that you do. Are you working in the right way? Are you spending too much time messing around or not getting on with things? Even some of the work you do, sometimes it can be almost pointless work. Why are you doing it? So coming away from screen time can make you reassess what you're doing. Set boundaries in your screen time to focus on your meaningful activities. So when my little girl comes back from school, my time's on her as much as I can help it, unless it's really important, urgent jobs or whatever. Your time should be spent on quality things, right? There's a time for work, but there's a time for fun, and there's a time for just being you and being with your family. Really know that limit and write down or use the screen time app what you're doing and how long you're spending on your phone. Because quite often we don't realise what we're doing. We just sort of passively use it, do stuff, Self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your values, beliefs, and aspirations. Really important just to remember what life is all about, what matters to you. Think about it, yeah? Stay present and just live in the moment sometimes. We are such go, go, go kind of creatures, aren't we? We're on to one project to the next. Do we actually ever stop to sit down and just rethink what's going on in life? Not always. What about healthy sleep habits? Prioritize quality sleep for improved focus and well-being. Something I have struggled for years to actually do is get a proper good sleep routine. I'm doing a bit better now, but it still doesn't come easy or natural. And I think a lot of times people wait until they're tired or wait until they feel like getting a good sleep routine. But let me tell you, right? If you start this sleep routine, hey, the rat, I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? If you start a good sleep routine, then you will feel like it. Don't wait for motivation to come. Build your motivation. Healthy sleep routine is going to change everything. You'll feel much better in the day. You get on with your jobs better. You'll appreciate your time better. The worst thing you can do is have a tired day. You don't feel like doing anything. You don't even feel like resting because you're feeling restless because you've not done enough to earn your rest. Oh, groggy. It's terrible. Good to hear it, the rat. I'm really glad to hear that. Make sure you subscribe to us, mate. And yeah, we've got all types of life motivation on this channel. It's really good to have you with us. Embrace failure. See failures as learning opportunities for growth. Every time you fail, you haven't failed really. You've just learned a way not to do it next time. The amount of times that I've messed up, I mess up every day. I'm sure we all do, don't we? When you think about it, we learn how to you burn food by overcooking it. Next time you learn that you don't cook it for quite as long. You learn, I don't know. You learn that you've hurt your muscles if you've been I don't know, if you've been exercising too hard. Then you learn to maybe slow it down a little bit, but do it for longer, but not quite as hard. I'm glad to hear you're subscribed. Brilliant stuff, that fantastic. So see failures as learning opportunities for growth. Simplify your life. Declutter physical and mental space for your clarity. So I mean, one of the worst things is living in mess. It's terrible for your mental health. Oh, gosh. I mean, getting rid of stuff, just declogging. Beautiful. When you're surrounded by things, don't you find that you can't even think what you're doing? Because I do, constantly. And I go away on holiday. My house is so clean and tidy. And I dread coming back because I'm like, return to my mess. Decluttering is going to help you so much. Seek feedback. Be open to feedback to constantly improve yourself. Have you actually asked your friends and your family and been willing to accept feedback on what they feel you're doing right and what they feel you're doing wrong? Just really tell them that you want the honest truth. Say, what do you think my strengths are in life? What do you think I'm doing wrong? What should I improve more on? It may be scary, but I tell you what, you'll have a better life for doing it. Connect with nature, spend time outdoors, and recharge with the nature around you. God's given us an amazing world. We should appreciate it. Like I say, we were never designed to be living indoors all the time, and that's just not the way it should be. You will feel so much better going outside, breathing in the fresh air, Try and make a habit of it every morning, even if I'm not going anywhere. Just do it, just do it. Limit negative self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with positive talk. Would you speak to somebody else the way you speak to yourself? Because a lot of the time I think we kind of say, oh, don't be stupid, or oh, how could I do that? Oh, so ridiculous. It's terrible. This is beating yourself up mentally. Talk to yourself as if you were somebody that you cared about. Because you should be. You're valuable. Talk to yourself the right way. And soon your thoughts will become much more positive and you won't have to try. Volunteer. Give back to your community for a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Hello, content creator UK Extra. Hello, mate. How you doing? You can volunteer at a homeless shelter or a food bank or something like that. There's so many different things. What is on your mind? What's on your heart that you feel like you could give to? There's so many different things. Even if it's just going into a local coffee shop, see somebody that needs to talk or whatever, people who've got mental health issues. A lot of people are there that need your help, and that's all voluntary. That's all good stuff you could be doing. You're loving the content, mate. Keep up the good work. Content creator UK Extra. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Really, honestly, it means so much. Love the comments for that. It's what keeps us going, honestly. Manage stress. Find healthy ways to manage stress, like breathing exercises. They're very good. Or if you're somebody who kind of like needs to get it out a bit, get a punch bag. Seriously, it's much better to punch a bag than punch an item or break a cup or something, just like get something physical. Sometimes people need I think we all do that sometimes. You need a way to like, get it out, yeah, get it out. But another way to do it is by dancing. I've done this many times. Might sound ridiculous, probably looks ridiculous, but putting on some good beat music and just like, going crazy. You let out these terrible, crazy energies going on inside you in a much more healthier way. Right, another one. Financial planning. This is quite different. Take steps towards financial stability and money management. If you're not really thinking about your budgeting and all that, it's another stress that's going to be on your mind. Have you really considered how much you've got for the rest of the week or month or year, or how much you're getting in? Have you really considered how much subscriptions are costing you on a regular basis? Because they do. They all add up. Really just sort of get clear on your money, on your budgeting and all that. I'm going to read this comment from content creator. You suffer with mental health. You've made a story about mental health. I want to get my story out there so everyone knows what mental health is. I love it. Brilliant. Really good idea. Yeah. And there you go. You have a story to tell, content creator. You've got something that probably a lot of the world needs to hear. And what you might think is just something that affects you, you'll probably find that actually a lot of people are feeling the same. So it's why making videos similar to that are actually really good, because people feel like they're not alone. So I like what you're doing there. It's really good. Healthy relationships. Nurture positive relationships and set boundaries when needed. We've all got to be kind in relationships, but sometimes you can kind of be almost a bit too kind. By that, I mean you can give into a person so much that suddenly they're taking advantage and they may not even realise it. You've got to think it's almost a bit like a kid. If I let my child tell me what to do all the time or get her own way all the time, I would be a bad dad. Just like that, if you've got a friend or relationship or whatever, and that person's expecting a certain amount of things from you, they're expecting you to change all your plans for them. That's not reasonable. It's not fair. It's not fair for you, and it's not fair for them to allow them to act like that. You've got to put your foot down somewhere. Content creator says mental health affects people in different ways, but people just need to be kind to the person who's suffering with mental health. Absolutely. Totally agree. There is no good in putting somebody down just for the sake of it. Like, critical feedback, when done lovingly, can actually be really kind, but that person has to be in a position to want it and to feel like they can accept it. There's always a way to say something, but it's how you say it, isn't it? And that can really help somebody if you say it lovingly. So yeah, like I say, learn to say no. Don't overcommit yourself. Learn to say no when necessary. Learning to say no is a brilliant thing that you can do for your own mental sanity and your own mental health. Honestly, the amount of times I have given in and said yes when I really don't want to do something, just so I don't upset that person, and I've had to really try very hard. Even now, I still feel like doing it a lot of times, but it's something you have to practice, and you don't always feel like it, but when you do it, you get stronger. Yeah, saying no when you know you shouldn't be doing something. Practice patience. Cultivate patience in challenging situations. So quite similar to that. It's not getting stressed when ordinarily you probably would get stressed. And just like, it's a bit like exercise. The harder something is to lift, it's not going to be very easy to carry on lifting those weights. But this is like a mental weight, isn't it? If you're lifting weights, if you're carrying the stress, you're going to learn over time. You can just do it that little bit more, and eventually you're lifting up. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I know what I mean in my head. The more stressful situations you're under, if you keep calm, the next time a stressful situation comes, you can keep calm that bit more, and eventually you'll be able to handle it really well, different situations. Yeah, content creator says, I'll send you a message on TikTok, send you my email so we can go live and chat about mental health. It's very nice. Yeah, that sounds a good idea. We're not really on TikTok too much, but we are a bit. Sorry, I'm losing track now. Creative expression. Engage in creative activities that bring you joy. What really brings you joy? Painting, reading, don't know, running, jogging, listen to music, anything. Whatever brings you joy, do more of it. Even video games for a bit. Obviously, don't overdo anything, but you've got to work out what your escape route is. What do you really get pleasure out of doing? And do it if it's healthy, right? Not if it's not healthy. Stay curious. Keep an open mind. Stay curious about the world. Pretty self-explanatory. Just learn more. Just wonder. Look out the window and just wonder. Self-care routine. Incorporate self-care practice into your routine. Wash. Don't know. Healthy herbal teas. We've got so many herbal teas, right? Herbal tea for like just about every occasion. So it's all part of your self-care routine right there, isn't it? Celebrate progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements along the way. You're achieving something every day. We all are. Even if it's something really small, just remember what might be small to you might be a big deal for somebody else. I mean, say you've just ridden your bike up or down the road. For somebody else, right, they might not even be able to get on a bike. They might not be able to walk or anything. A lot of people struggle much more than you might realise. So actually, these little achievements that you've done, yeah, celebrate them. And just be glad that and be grateful you've got the ability to, because not everybody is able to. You bet you can guess my name, is that what you mean? Yeah. Right, network and connect. Build a network of supportive and like-minded individuals. There are groups on Facebook. There are groups on Discord. There are probably people in your local community which have like-minded interests to you. And if they're physically nearby you, that's even better. Why don't you look into what kind of support groups there are around you? Go into your local town council, inquire if there's people who have similar interests. Whether it's like a gardening club, I don't know, chatting social club, volunteering club. There's so many different things you can get involved with. And it's great to have somebody or a group of people that have very similar interests to you. You can just bounce off each other. And I want to say, be authentic, right? Embrace your true self, live authentically. Are you being you? Similar to the say no tip, are you just going along with doing things because you feel like you should, or are you doing things because you really value them? You need to know what life is about for you. You need to know what you're here for, what you're called to do. You need to know what God's telling you that you should be doing, and you need to know what makes you tick. Stop every now and then and think, what am I doing today? Why am I doing it? and then look back over the week. What have I done all this week? Why have I done it? Have I got benefits from it? Have I felt like I've lived authentically to what matters to me? And if you haven't, then maybe think next week what you're going to do differently. And yeah, stepping away from something that you've been doing for a good long time or a while or whatever, it can actually be a bit scary because you feel like you're going to let yourself down, let your friends down, let other people down. But life is too short to be doing things that you shouldn't be doing. I stayed in jobs before that I didn't want to leave because I felt, oh no, I won't be able to get back into it if I don't, or what about my lovely colleagues? But actually, stepping away from it, I knew deep down I had to, because I was going to go on to do something different. I was going to live my authentic self. So don't be afraid to be you, and don't be afraid to do what you know you should be doing, because even though you're used to something, even though you've been doing something a good long time, so what? Change, appreciate, and make the most of your life, because you've only got one life on Earth anyway. There's one life there. Make it count. All right. So that's my message for today. Make your life count. Know what to do for you, and if you're doing that, you're doing it right. And we're going to leave it there. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along. Stay blessed, and we'll see you very soon. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Bye-bye.